My name is Tia Sherry, and what brought me to the Northwest Catholic Counseling Center was I needed help. At the time, I was in a very stressful marriage that was looking like it was going to end. And I thought with my life experiences and the lessons that I've learned through the mistakes I've made along the way, and the research that I had done, I thought that I had everything I needed to figure out what a successful marriage was going to be, and I didn't have it.
My name is Karen Taylor, and I started coming. My mom lived with us and had been for quite some time, and just the fact of another person in my house, privacy, guilt.
I had never been in counseling before. This was my first step into counseling, so I was really afraid. I was nervous about the idea of revealing, some painful things in my life and feelings that I was having. So I was very nervous about that. I was obviously nervous about being judged, that I didn't know what I was doing.
My son had a drinking problem and decided to go off one day and see how far and how fast he could drive. Anyways, he was in an accident and he died from the injuries of that accident. And I thought I was able to work through most of that, but his wife was also an issue. And so I came back to talk to Alan and get some help with that.
I put off counseling because I had all of these unknowns. I didn't know there was just so much to process. And all it took was a phone call and assurance on the other side that says that we'll figure it out together. And I had never heard of a sliding scale that was available for counseling, which was, I was completely overjoyed and relieved. And getting together with my counselor was not what I had expected. Sure, it was difficult initially to let go and to shed, the layers and the protection that I had over myself really all of my life. But, coming into this room and having a sense that this space was safe and that there was no judgment, no bias, and just that there was a friendly person that was skilled sitting directly across from me, letting me know that it's going to be okay.
Well, since we lost our son, it seems like there's been a series of people that we know. There's 5 ladies at the church where we go within those 5 years have lost a child, an adult child.
I could pay what I wanted when I wanted, and there was no judgment, as I journeyed through that financial piece of, trying to figure everything else out in my life. So that is very special to me to have that in place, not just for myself, but also for other people that are seeking mental health services. The tools I've learned along the way include just acknowledging that it's okay to feel the way you feel. And especially now during this time when it's so anxiety producing and stressful, just being able to name that, okay, I am feeling anxious right now, or I'm feeling afraid.
I can change the things that I can change, and there's some things I can't change. I couldn't change my son's drinking. That was his decision, and if I tried to get him to counseling, tried to get him help, that was all I could do. So I had to make my changes.
It's just a very supportive place with no judgment, no bias, and it's a place that just, to me, symbolizes a place to start to heal.
I have come to firmly believe in counseling and getting the help.
The stigma is real and it's out there, and I wish it wasn't, and I wish people would just allow themselves to get the help that's available to them, immediately.
I remember telling my sister some time back, but you can't afford not to. And especially when there's drugs or alcohol or abuse involved, you can't afford not to get help.
What I didn't realize was the gift that counseling is, that it's available to so many people, but that it really is a gift to myself, and that it's okay that I give myself something, and that I actually appreciate something, that I put myself first.